Well, just days after a controversy erupted in Shivmoga over students being asked to remove their Janevers during the CET exam, a fresh incident that has now emerged from the Sagra Taluk from the same district, where a student has alleged that his Janeu was forcibly cut off by an official before he was allowed to take the examination. Now, the student there has reportedly submitted a formal complaint with the police, claiming that a police officer at the exam center was responsible for the act. In a statement, he has confirmed the sequence of events, adding that the act was deeply disrespectful and hurt his religious sentiments. When it comes to the incident that has triggered public outrage, and the members of the Shivmoga district Brahmin Mahasabha and several local residents staged a protest in front of the Taluk office, demanding immediate action against the official who is said to be involved. Protesters also condemned the behavior of the examination center authority and urged the district administration to ensure that such acts are not repeated. Let's get in a word from Imran now. Imran, we are looking at protest pictures that have been coming in. Has there been any statement or reaction coming in from the examination center? Have they taken responsibility of what happened with the student there?
Well, absolutely. This incident happened on 16th. It was a student has said. There are two such incidents which have come up after we saw episodes in Shivmoga and Bidar. The students complained that your Janeu were cut or either removed during the examination center. 4 people have been suspected by the state education authority for this particular incident. But fresh 2 new cases have come up. One is Sadak, another one is in Dhawad. The students have complained when they went to give the CT exam, they were asked to remove their Janeu, and in one of the instances, like in Dhawad, the Janeu was even cut, is what the student has alleged. Over this, the Brahmin Mahasabha has protested and they demanded action. In fact, the education department has said that they will look into this issue. Already actions have been initiated on earlier incidents too, and they will look into this. If there is a genuine concern, action will be initiated, is what the education department has said.
But what about the student there? Because a complaint that has now been filed, was the student in the first place able to give his examination or not?
Well, both the students were able to give the examination. In fact, they gave the examination, which what the student has said. They said that they were at the checking center. One of the home guards stopped him and said that since no religious symbols are out, he was asked to remove his Janeu, and that's the reason why he had to remove the Janeu, and it was getting late. And so one of the home guard even cut the Janeu, is what he said, and threw in the dustbin. He has taken the name of some person named Vikas, that was a home guard who did it, and they have filed a complaint now. Brahmin Samaj also protested in Sagar. They're likely to follow up and say that they are also registering a complaint with the police over this issue.
Well, any action against the home guard?
Well, action has been expected because the issue came up now. The education department has said that they have got the information now, but they are going to do a departmental inquiry and initiate actions against those responsible for it.
All right. When it comes to the student there who has filed the complaint and has gone ahead to say that as far as when it comes to removal of the sacred thread, he believes has hurt his religious sentiments, and he has gone ahead to raise an objection towards it. Let's listen into what he had to say.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಪಾರ್ಥ ಹೆಸರು. ನಾನು ಹಳೆಕೇರಿ ಮೂಲದವನು. ನಾನು ಈಗ ದ್ವಿತೀಯ PUC ಮುಗಿಸಿ CET ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. CET ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ದಿನಾಂಕ 16/4/2025 ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಮಾರು 9:45 CET ಚೆಕಿಂಗ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಚೆಕಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾನು ಲೈನಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋದಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಶರ್ಟ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಜನಿವಾರವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಕಾಕಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಾಕಿರೋ ವಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಂಬ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ನನ್ನ ಜನಿವಾರವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಥರ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಸಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ಗೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೋಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ, ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು, ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ದುಃಖ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೂ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಹಿಂಸೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಇದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Mr. Tom Vadakan of the BJP is connected with us. Mr. Tom Vadakan, we were just playing out the student's reaction. He is seeking justice. Just doing a security check for examination amount to removal of Janeu or sacred thread?
Well, whether it's the Janeu or a turban or a Mangal Sutra, these are symbols of the religion that a person follows. Any attack on this kind of symbols is not acceptable. We are a secular country. How can a Janeu that you wear affect your examination system? I mean, this is basically comes from the basic concept of appeasement. I would like to ask these gentlemen Rahul Gandhi also says that he wears the Janeu. Would it be appropriate that in Parliament, when he enters, the security says remove that? Would that be acceptable to these, people who profess that they're looking after security of an examination? It is ridiculous. For appeasement, what length will they travel and what will they lead this country to is just not acceptable in our civil society.
And Mr. Vadakan, this is not one-off incident that has been reported. Several other incidents are also coming to light where the students have been affected because of their examinations and these incidents of removal of the Janeus or their sacred thread being cut off.
Well, this is a chronic behavior. And this is basically, it clearly indicates appeasement. They want to insult the Hindus. They will do this with the Sikhs. They will do this with the Christians. They will do it with anybody. So the basic objective is to appeasement, vote garnering. And if this is the kind of things that they do, the next generation is not going to spare them. And when the time comes, they will be thrown out from power.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Tom Vadakan, for joining in. The BJP now calling it appeasement politics of the Congress-ruled state of Karnataka, where we are looking at as far as when it comes to in different areas, whether be it in Sagra, whether it comes to it Shivmoga. Dharwad also we are getting to know as far as another breaking update that is now coming in of another student has also said that he was allegedly forced to cut his sacred thread by the staff at the examination venue, which was Hurakadli College. Mr. Ratan Sharda is also connected with us right now. Mr. Sharda, what do you have to say on several incidents where students are coming out to say that apparently wearing their Janeu posed a security threat for giving their examinations and they were forced by the home guards to cut it off or to take it off?
See, there is already huge outrage for last whole week since this incident came to light. And the excuse of the Congress people that this is a madness of one particular staff member or one particular overzealous official does not cut ice anymore, because there are more centers, there are more people behaving this way. And so naturally Congress party and its leader Rahul Gandhi are responsible. The kind of anti-Hindu sentiments they are invoked in the people, in the name of secularism, the way they are trying to oppress Hindus and try insult them. This is the lesson, because this excuse will not wash anymore. That what has got Rahul Gandhi to do with it? What does Congress have to do with it? If it is still happening, naturally there is an initiative, this pseudo-secularism which makes everything Hindu looks very bad and which can be challenged. On what ground the Janeu is being removed, I do not know. Does it affect your examination? Does it allow you to copy? Is it some kind of Wi-Fi instrument? What is it? You can say that, okay, ornaments may have some chip somewhere. I can understand, even though that is foolish, but you can imagine. But are you allowing to remove the burqa because there might be something in the burqa? No. So Hindus are the targets, and Hindus are the people who are suffering because of this, very perverse idea of secularism. And people must respond. People must object to this, because this is outrageous.
Absolutely, and the students are coming out there and seeking justice for the same. Thank you very much, Mr. Ratan Sharda, for your point of view. GS Prashant is also connected with us. GS Prashant, of course, when there are examinations, students are frisked, there is regular security. But what does a Janeu pose a threat for a student from giving his examination?
No, this question, the Janeu-dhari Brahmin Rahul Gandhi has to answer, because he becomes an election Hindu during polls during the country. He goes around flaunting saying he's a Janeu-dhari Brahmin, and now his hatred for Hindus and Hindu sentiments is out in the open. Because Siddaramaiah and Rahul Gandhi want to establish Sharia law in Karnataka. Because last week also we saw there's a woman who was being beaten up under the Sharia guidelines by some people belonging to a particular community. And police have taken no action on that, because they're clearly wanting to have their Sharia law established here, and they're doing what it takes to ensure that Hindus are being deprived of their cultural and religious ethos. This is being done systematically, and this is being sponsored by the government, I say, because it cannot be due to an overzealous official, because in different parts of the state if it's happening, and moreover, in those places where they have not voted Congress to power in Shivmoga and Sagar, it indicates that Congress's hatred towards Hindus, saying you don't vote for us, we will ensure that you can't live in peace. Because whenever the Hindu festivals have been targeted. When the mobs have torched police stations, Congress has kept quiet. But whereas for a Waqf amendment, Congress leaders are on the streets. It indicates their allegiance not to the constitution, not to the people, but only to one particular community to appease.
Appeasement politics by Congress, you are saying, as far as blaming for these incidents, and not just one, multiple of them have come to light where the students were asked to remove their sacred thread or Janeu for appearing for the examinations. Thank you very much, DS Prashant, for your point of view. We're getting reactions there from the BJP side. Let's talk about the other incident there. This is another student by the name of Nandan, who is said to have also alleged that he was forced to cut his sacred thread by the staff at the examination venue. And now he too is being seeking for justice, where there have been other examples of students that have been saying that even when it comes to their sacred thread, after it was cut off, it was thrown in the trash. And that is why they're raising their voice and their objection. So multiple incidents that have now come to light as far as the BJP in the opposition that has been raising its voice. We are looking at other organizations as well that have come out in protest. They have been saying that their community is being targeted. However, you're calling it unfortunate and raising the question as to how a Janeu, a simple thread, would actually pose as a security threat for students who are often frisked before appearing for their examination to remove any electronic devices or Bluetooth, whatsoever it may be. But what security risk does a Janeu pose? That is a question that is now being asked. And you can look in those multiple locations there, whether be it in Bidar, in Sagra, and also in Dharwad. We're looking at multiple students coming out to say the same story as far as what had happened to them before they had appeared for their examination. So, Imran, the students, many of them coming out to say they were forced, they had to give their examination. Were there others as well who refused to do so, to remove their Janeu? Because what is being said that they were not allowed to enter the examination hall until they took it off.
It's a policy that there are no religious symbols worn inside examination center. And some of the security guards who were there that for checking insisted and took it to the extreme with what the education department is saying. They said that no such intolerance is there towards any creed or caste. In fact, education minister yesterday speaking on this issue said that they have not issued any policy to remove Janeu. Due to the over-enthusiasm of the security guards, an action has been initiated. Already 4 people have been suspended in 2 such incidents. But now today 2 more students have come forward and expressed that this incident also repeated with them. And one is in Sagar in Shivmoga district, another one what you see in the visuals of Dharwad. Now the student has said that they happened on 16, but they didn't muster courage then because they were busy with, and they had exam tension. Now since the issue has cleared up and they have the courage to speak up on this issue, they have come forward on it, and they have also given a consent to the education department. The department has said that they will go through this news, latest incidents, and security or lapses found in the part of the of the department or the security in charge involved there. Action will be issued against those, like the one initiated earlier in 2 incidents. However,
so get us reactions how the government there has been reacting, because we have been getting reactions from the BJP side and the opposition, and they have been targeting the government mainly for appeasement politics. Imran, thank you very much for the moment. We talk about exactly where it all began from. It began from Shivmoga, when some of the students appearing for the Engineering Common Entrance Test, the CET, were allegedly asked to remove their Janeu and Kalavas as well. And this happened reportedly on the 16th of April. As far as when it comes to a similar incident that came into light from Bidar as well at Sai Inspire College Examination Center. And here is what the students and their kin have been alleging what happened with them before they could appear for their examination.
ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ CET ಪೇಪರ್ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಸೆಂಟರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿನಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇದು ಜನಿವಾರಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಲವ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ಅವರು. ನಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಜನಿವಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರು. ನಾನಂದ ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ಜನವರಿಗೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಅಲವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಂತಂದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ನನ್ನ ತಂಗಿ ಮಗ ಅಭಿಜ್ಞ CET ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದ ಆದಿಚುಂಚನಗಿರಿ PU ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಗೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇವನು ಟಿ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಪಕ್ಕ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಜನವರ ಕಂಡಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವ್ರು ಜನವರ ತಕೊಂಡು ಒಳಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ದರೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರೆ. 1/4 ಗಂಟೆ ಅವ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತರಿಸಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಜನವರ ತೆಗಿಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ಒಳಗೆ ಕರೆದು ಅವ್ನ ಕೈಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾಶಿದಾರನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಸಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅವ್ನು ಒಳಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಯಾರ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೆ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.